BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Yo, I got up to come down. What's going on, everybody? Y'all can hear me? Trying to get up to come down. Moving like a sub underground. The whole city here and it's around. Making when the walls come around. Trying to get up to come down. Sometimes you just have to listen to Big Crit before you come to work. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to listen to Justin Scott. It's like my favorite rapper for so many reasons. It reminds me that you don't have to be, as big as other corny people can be. And you can still slap. And that's the point. I'm here to slap. Okay, listen. Booming like a sub underground. Listen. The whole city here and it's around. Listen. Y'all, shout out to Monifa. I found out that Monifa watches me yesterday, y'all. And I mean, it's not like, I don't go back with the R&B divas girlies, Selena and Charlie. Even Kiki Wyatt hit me in the face with a ponytail one time. So that's the reason why I keep my foot on her neck on the internet. But yeah, shout out to Monifa. Cause I was listen, got some shit going on and I was feeling away and I opened up Threads and the first thing I see is Monifa reposting a video that I posted about Young and May. And and then another commenter, somebody that subscribed to my channel. And whenever y'all tell me I help regulate y'all nervous system, my God, on today. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And I'm glad that that's what I do because that's the intent. I'm up here trying to regulate my own motherfucking nervous system. Bitch, I'm trying to be the change I want to see. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for being here. Tomorrow I'll be doing my weekly wrap-up video for my members only. Okay, I can't wait. The Ooh Ladies First panel is tonight on Jamie's channel. So don't forget to come through and come see us. The Ooh Ladies First podcast. Okay? Some of your favorite good-looking women on the internet. Sensible. Okay? We know how to disagree and not disrespect each other. That may not be for the masses because y'all like to watch hoes rumble and tumble. But come on through. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the show, everybody. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to, tip your content creator, girl. Don't forget to tip your content creator. Now let's get close. Let's get a little close. All right. And tilt a little down. Good. All right. So where do we want to start? Let's start with Papoose sending Remy Ma a cease and desist. Girl, it's just because it's one of them situations where you just feel like, this is another time where you just really wish a woman, she wishing she didn't get married to a nigga. You know what I mean? There is definitely something that goes through Reminiscence's mind every day when she got to deal with this nigga and his pit bull face girlfriend. No disrespect. That's what she acts and looks like in this picture right here. A beautiful pit bull, but an attack dog nonetheless. And I feel like Remy has to be thinking in her head, I should have never married that nigga. Why did I let them people, convince me I should marry that nigga? Why did I do that? And that's why I come down here and say the shit that I say, y'all. That's why I come down here and talk my shit for the girl out there that needs to hear. Bitch, you do not have to do that. Now, if you do, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Life is life. You know what I mean? Be happy. But sometimes I feel like for the women out there that have that moment, I shouldn't have never married that nigga. And nobody tells you that you shouldn't marry the nigga. Nobody actually comes and tells you shouldn't. It don't matter how the nigga ain't shit. It don't matter that his, his head too big for his hats. It don't matter that you pay all the bills. It don't matter that he really didn't hold you down when you was in jail, because there's an old bitch with a 24 piece on the internet talking about she was fucking Papoose when Remy was in jail and after they divorced. Hello, Clarissa. Somebody was like, I don't know why she coming out now. Bitch, for fun. For kicks and giggles. We were waiting on it. I've been waiting on it. I'm still waiting on real confirmation. I needed to grow a little bit past a TikTok clip, But I don't believe for 1 second that he was holding her down the way y'all claim he was. To me, it seemed like if a man see that a woman has a career and she has money because of her career, but she about to go to jail and she needs somebody to be in control of her money, yeah, niggas think like that. Men absolutely always look at a woman based on what they can gain from being with her. What would he have to gain from being with this lady while she's in jail? Access to her money and the credibility that comes from standing beside a woman that goes to jail, because never before in the land of niggerdom has a man actually stuck by some woman's side while she went to jail. We've never heard of it. Bitch go to jail is usually because of the nigga. Okay, he's usually not gonna be the one coming to visit you and putting money on your books and coming down there with Tupperware, good food and shit like that. Yeah, girl, that don't feel like that's what men do. Okay, So yeah, we come here today because Remy Ma may have ruffled some feathers in her latest freestyle because he just whipped out a cease and desist with heavy demands. As many are aware, Remy dropped her fiery freestyle, WYFL. Why you fucking lying? Why you fucking lying? I'm sorry, y'all. I always love that video. And I also love that original song. That is y'all, when we think about some of the nasty shit that we shouldn't have been singing, baby, no more grinding. I get so excited. Trouble I keep hiding. Ooh, you're dancing real close. And this came out at the exact time that all we was really doing was going to dances and humping on little dudes, hard dicks when we was in high school. Okay? It's a lot of that going on at these dances at St. Aug in like 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade. Okay? That song reminds me of how inappropriate some of the music was that we was dancing to at these dances, child. But you know what? Fuck y'all. Y'all shouldn't have put that shit on the radio if we couldn't dance to it. Act like we don't listen to the radio with our mamas and shit. Anyway, it's just such a nasty song now that I'm older. Oh my God. I feel like when you were a kid, you don't even know how nasty some shit is until you get older and you start doing the shit. Then you realize how nasty it is. Earlier this month, taking aim at Pap's ghostwriting claims, his bedroom skills, and his current flame boxer Clarissa Shields, the track has been going pretty viral. Oh God, y'all. Y'all know what that means. We might be reading some lyrics. The track has been going pretty viral as she recently performed it at Angie Martinez barbecue. Clearly, her bars hit home as Papoose decided to trade rap bars for legal filings. Instead of hopping in the studio to clap back, the Brooklyn rapper had his lawyers serve up a cease and desist, demanding she scrub the song off the face of the internet immediately. And I guess that's the lawsuit in the paperwork. Is that the lyrics? Okay, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics. Don't you go any goddamn where. Girl. Did you like my video? Why you fucking lying? Okay. Intro. A. Dummy on a beat. So it's a banger. Big Bronx. Reminisce. Remy. Verse. Watch how you talk to me. I'm a mogul, bitch. You getting surgery in exchange for promo, bitch. I'm with gang on a yacht on some YOLO shit, and you keep jumping on my dick like a pogo stick. in competition with herself. Don't even know that bitch. Hoes be doing the most over so-so dick. I've been her since I was wearing Bobos, bitch. You get a bullet through your shirt where the logo is. The nerve of niggas claiming that they wrote those hits. When they whole career, they ain't never ghost wrote shit. Not for me or anybody else. You always acting like you help. A nigga, go help yourself. See, I know what the problem is. I don't really brag enough. But you don't talk about prices when your bag is up. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. As somebody that listens to like New York rap battle, like the people are going crazy in my head. The niggas that be hitting the, ooh, you know, all of that's going on as I'm reading this shit. This is some good shit. Let me keep going. Okay. You keep talking numbers, but the numbers ain't adding up. You want to be a baddie, but you ain't bad enough. See, I know how to network. I own a network. You know you getting money when you Googling your net worth. I'm a motherfucking expert. And how you talking out your neck when I know how your nigga neck work? I know you really hate my guts. Cause y'all bitches really ugly. Can't make this up. They calling me Slim Rem, but my weight is up. They telling me I should wait. Nigga, wait for what? The room. The weight is up. Look, it's time. And if you see me with a bitch, it's mine's. When these other bitches rap, it's always just rhymes. When I rap, bitches always 10 dimes. Stop playing with me. That sounded like some gay shit, but I'm gonna leave it like, if you see me with a bitch, it's mine's. Are we gonna see you with a bitch? I would love that because, you know, I have my thoughts. When these other bitches rap, it's always just rhymes. When I rap, bitches always 10 dimes. Stop playing with me. I got these niggas in the jail really staying with me. I got these niggas in the streets really slaying with me. I got these niggas in the South really hanging with me. I got these niggas in the gangs really banging with me. And what you looking at my shoes for? I swear to God, I know I'm on these bitches' mood boards. I'm in there sitting pretty, driving something two-door, nice, fit in the feet, giving shoe porn. Listen, if it's tension, how I never get added, but I always get mentioned. Like, how I'm this big hoe, but I never get fucked. See, I might get subbed, but I never get touched. Might throw a little smoke, but it never gets ducked. I got this big ass chain and it never gets tucked. Play a hater? Not at all. I don't play those games. You got beef with Rem? Bitch, nigga, say my name. Is you shy? That was good. Listen, I don't like New York rap in general, right? But when it is put in the, we in a stage, there's no music. There's no music to this shit. Okay? You throwing them. They rhyme, they hitting. It's making sense. The people in the room is, you know what I'm saying? That's what, that's where we're at with it. You know what I mean? It's battle rap. That's why a lot of people don't like how she raps, because she raps like a battle rapper, because Remy's a battle rapper. That's what that was. That was battle rap. The fact that the nigga said he wrote her rhymes and that y'all always give, Papoose is one of the best rappers ever. It's Papoose. That nigga pen, ooh. Given the opportunity to Jay-Z the situation, because you could have gave a response in a song, my nigga, but you decide to send a cease and desist? Man, that's some bitch ass shit, right? I'm sorry, that's some hoe shit. That's some hoe shit. I'm sorry. Based on rap and street rules, that's some hoe shit that you just pulled. That's some Drake shit that you just pulled. Lame nigga shit that you just pulled. More and more every day it makes sense why you and Clarissa is together. Y'all a little remedial together. Cause my God, what you what? You think this gonna work? You think you actually gonna be able to pull this song off the internet? You think you gonna be able to pull this song off the internet? Papoose's camp argues that Remy's public disses are way out of line, especially since both sides were actively working on non-disparagement agreements behind the scenes. They warn that dragging their personal beef into the public spotlight poses serious emotional harm to their young daughter. Boy, fuck you. Cause you fucking on, slow brick over there is one of the main issues that we even talking about this shit. She talk more about your relationship than you and Remy. Be fucking clear. We know that you talking through old girl when you be running it the way you do. As soon as somebody bring up Remy and she start talking about all the shit she know about Remy, we know that that's coming from you. So I don't want to hear about no non-disparaging and all of that shit when you got your little young ass, slow ass girlfriend on the internet popping shit with a major platform because she just so happens to, like getting hit in the fucking head and stuff. Like, what? This is how you respond to this? Some whole shit. It's whole shit. Well, y'all, let's move on. There's more to discuss today in my show before I get off of here and attempt to go work out before the old lady's first podcast. Well, let's get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta talk. When I tell y'all, I can't fucking wait for this season to be over and for these people to go back into us not talking about them, because when they do, my God, is my timeline a more peaceful place than when Real Housewives of Atlanta is on television. And it's like, because they fully be gone for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Real Housewives of Atlanta has been gone for like 4 years at this point. You know what I mean? And so we forget how annoying it is to review this show. Now, please don't get me wrong. Y'all know I have never been full of shit. I like my money. I need my money. Remember to tip me. Okay? Listen. I need my money. Okay? A bitch trying to go back to school and all of this. I need my money. Okay? Department of Education is on my ass. Y'all, what they did to us was not right, y'all. Them predatory student loans, that shit really like, oh, this administration fucking sucks. All right, y'all, I'm sorry. That was just a moment in my life. We'll talk more about that later, child. But oh my God, we won't be here long. Oh, y'all know what I rewatched last night? And this is for those of y'all that think, whatever y'all think about me because of the religious talk. Because, I know some of y'all hate watch me and shit. Because y'all don't like the way I talk about religion. A lot of y'all really do like the way I talk about religion. So thank you for being here and being vocal in the comments. Thank you. But I rewatched the movie about the Clark sisters last night. It's always the same lesson. I don't care how you slice it. It's always the same lesson, and it's almost like the people that's in it don't really get the lesson. I hope they get it, but they don't. Like, it just reminds me of how they don't connect to why all of their trauma comes from the very religion that they uphold and feel like makes their lives better than other people's lives and makes them better than other people because they're, proponents for this God and this religion. And it's just like, but most of your issues come from the way you handled your daughters based in that religion. When I tell you, that's what I will see no matter what. That's why I feel like I don't care what y'all are talking about when y'all say, oh, that's not what the Bible tells. It doesn't matter how people are metabolizing it, how they're using it in their lives to be restrictive to themselves and to their children and to the people around them. Oh my God. But when I tell y'all the music, I had chills the whole time I was listening, the whole time I was watching the movie for the most part. Because every time somebody started singing, bitch, it was just, I almost felt like I was starting to, like, you know how you got chills so much that it feel like, bitch, I might be buzzing. Wait a minute, okay? I might be about the, you know what I mean? And it's because of their voices. It is because the intention that they put into that music, into the heart of what they were doing, their performance. Like, that is what I feel. I feel their power when I hear them sing. And, you know, like, it's a weird dichotomy, but I swear I still do be loving me some gospel music, girl. Listen. Never let a day go by and I'd realize. Listen, I'm not gonna do it, girl. But yeah, y'all had to rewatch that. All right, let's get into it. Cause bitch, I get chills right now just thinking about listening to them sing. Okay, you are my lifeline. Listen, and then just some of the vocal gymnastics that they would play. Oh my God. Don't get me started, y'all. Do not get me started. But I love me some Clark sisters, boy. Who, that lady had 7 sons? 7 sons? 7 sons? Ooh, you got to check on people like that. That's fucked up. Nigga family be like, fuck you, because you keep having these fucking boy children that can't sing. And mama was mad. I also, was like, I need to go look and see what they look like in real life, because the way y'all frame this movie with the 2 dark-skinned sisters getting treated the worst. Kojic folks don't play about them pants, and their rules are strictly male-centered traditions, not even based on what's in the Bible. I know. And when I tell y'all, it's some of the most disgusting, like, I detest it. Like, I hate it. I hate it because they really are able to wrap their ego and their hatred of women and their oppression of women. Wrap it in God and give it this validity that it should not be given.
I don't give a fuck what you
I don't care. Like, if I could, that is how I would respond to most of the issues. Okay? Cocking weapons and pistol whipping. Okay? I'm sorry. Let's get back. I'm sorry. Before we, because okay. So let's get into, that is a lot of dick. My God. Angela Oakley, the way y'all hate Kelly is annoying to me, because y'all act as if Angela, y'all can't make me hate Angela. Angela sure do know how to read. Kelly, just stay quiet. Kelly, just stay down. Angela has been lying this entire season. I don't care what paragraphs and responses she gives y'all on Twitter. That lady got her own financial issues centering around real estate. Why are you consistently throwing that shit in Kelly's face every time you say something to her? And when we've been asking all season what Angela's problem with Kelly was, because that little back and forth shit, everybody was making their comments and everybody was doing shit to Angela last season. So for us to come to this season and you done made up with the people that did the worst shit to you, but act like the person that was making the little side comments still needs to get all of this vitriol? No. The vitriol is coming from the fact that y'all are part of the plot, a part of the clique, a part of the, this is Portia's house hierarchical system shit that y'all got going on Housewives. That is what I believe is going on. And I think you trying to find reasons to validate what you've been doing to make it seem like Kelly actually did something to you worthy of everything. But no, I'm sorry. And the fact that Angela was caught in numerous lies, the biggest lie is the one about Shamia fucking George. That lie, and the way she will shift and move and all of this to get out of the fucking lie, bitch, pop, lock, and drop at this point, God damn it. And y'all hoes be on the internet acting like none of that happened. And Angela has just been, y'all just been going at my girl. We can all agree that Kelly is going through some fucked up financial things right now. But the way y'all are like, I'm glad that's happening to you because you said something about Angela, because you said something about Portia. As if Angela and Portia have not said things about her. As if they have not come at her. Like, it is insane to me. I would rather y'all have the attitude that they're going back and forth. But the way y'all pick sides and gaslight, girl, I don't like it. The group think of it all. I don't like it, girl. I don't. I just don't. I don't. So let's get into it. She said, first, congratulations to who is Gary on his victory. Baby, thank you for confirming I have my own coin. My $2 million plus investment property was purchased by me, has over $1 million in equity, is not in foreclosure, and just underwent a $500,000 cash renovation. Now, when you look on Zillow, the shit still say auction pre-foreclosure. That's what it says on the website, the public website, when you look up the address. So she can say all of this, but we don't know if that's true or not. We also still own our marital home and rental properties. Now it's we. And just underwent, no prior evictions required. You wouldn't qualify. Did she get evicted or did she move out? And, like using somebody's eviction over their head when they said in 2014 you was writing bad checks. I just feel like people should have a little bit more humbleness about their shit. That's why I'm annoyed with Angela, because Angela is somebody that is in a glass house and is throwing stones, bitch. And it's just like, you have your own issues. Why are y'all doing this? I may be banned from FINRA. Y'all tell me what that is. Thank God. But you're collecting bans from life. Gary, townhomes, HOAs, Navy Federal, Sandy Springs, Nana's Chicken and Waffles, and soon the location Drew didn't visit. What? Hope that Ghost Kitchen at Shamia's works out, boo. Y'all thought Ghost Kitchen was really funny. Like, y'all was in the comments and y'all thought that all of this shit was hilarious. I guess. Then she goes on to say, Kelly had a pattern with me long before I responded. Side baby talk, attacking my marriage and money, calling me Bigfoot, laying on my back to get money, then accusing me of lying. Girl, you were lying. You were lying. Girl, what are you talking about? You were lying. The same thing that you put on Shamia is the same thing about laying on back for money. Girl, you insinuated that Shamia prostituted herself to a man in a green beard like she don't already have a rich old husband. Somebody calling you Bigfoot is not that fucking serious. Attacking your marriage and money, girl, please. That's lightweight, and that is nothing that everybody else has not done as well. The side baby talk comment from last season, yeah, that was shade. You still mad about that? Because she wasn't the only one that said it. It was out there. I feel like Kelly is somebody that also does like producer, bone carrying work sometimes. She say shit that get on y'all nerves all the time. That's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is throwing their little slick shade. It's fine for Angela to throw her shade. I just don't like that Angela is always lying on people. Like, I don't know why you can't throw shade without lying. And also, and exactly, your feet are big. And they're supposed to be, bitch. You're not short. You're supposed to have big feet when you a tall bitch. And I need for everybody to stop making it seem like that's a thing. Like, come on. I put it on low, y'all. I put the commercial thing on low. So if you don't have like the YouTube, subscription shit, you got to sit through that. My bad. I got to make my money some type of way, girl. I told y'all. Okay, I told y'all what's going on. I don't know. I just kind of feel like because Angela is somebody that would be in the worst situation or the same, if her husband decided to leave her, I wish that she would not go so hard on Kelly. To me, it's an imbalance. That's just my opinion. I wish that I didn't feel that way. And I felt like it was more so like, yeah, Kelly do be going at y'all. Honestly, sometimes I feel like y'all go and go and go and go. And then somebody finally says something. And then it's like, oh, see, they've been going back and forth. This is projection to me. And that's what I feel like Angela consistently does is project. Okay, FINRA is Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. Okay, so was that sarcasm? So has she been banned? You want to be banned from that? I don't understand. Anyway, but all of the shit so we waited months. This is the reunion. We've been asking for a long time. What the fuck is the problem, Angela? And we still waiting on you to tell us what the problem is with Shamia. But you finally came up with this list of things that Kelly did in order to make your vitriol like valid. And this is still like, girl, please. I'm sorry. I'm not, this is not good enough to me. And I think it took you too long to come up with this subpar ass list. She said, a man doing a toast at her event to lie on my husband. Okay. So are we going to revisit blaming Kelly for that guy? So now are we going to say that guy came out because they said that you the one that was talking to that man? Are we going to go back to that? Because if we go back to that, we're going to have to deal with the fact that a lot of people believed, Angela, that you had that man come to that event and do that whole thing. I never believed that, but that's what was out there. And y'all's correspondence with one another and you thinking that your receipts was going to receipt and all of that. You saying that Phaedra had somebody roll up on you and then backpedaling once you got to this season. I defended you last season. So I'm looking at you now, like the way you lie, girl, the way you lie and play victim. Now I'm wondering if maybe you did try to throw Charles out there in order to embarrass him, hoping that it would make him shape up once he got the public, pressure. Because you know that Charles act like he don't care about how people feel about him, but you know Charles do care about how people feel about him. Because Charles came on this season being a different type of nigga. Still ornery, yes. But wanting to kiss you on camera, wanting to be there in scenes, even if he not going to give you 100% support, he going to be there. And that's a little bit different from how he was acting last season. So she banned and it's public record. Talking about Angela's band? Is that what she meant? So anyway, let me know. Yeah. Yet you ask, who is Gary? Liar. Finally, no condolences when my mother passed. Message received. My response didn't start this. It ended my silence. So to me, the whole finally receiving no condolences when my mother passed, my problem with that is when you and another person don't fuck with each other and then you expect this certain level of reverence from them that y'all don't have for one another. And because other people are willing to be fake with you and act like they give a fuck instead of somebody that's not even going to play with you like that, I don't know. I just kind of feel like, girl, I don't know how you can use that as a reason for all of this shit. I feel like you like to use your mama's passing, a lot of the time for a reason for your shit. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're using your mama's death as another nail in the coffin for Kelly. And I think that's fucking weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. This feels weird. Like, and then when I say weird, I mean, it feels like you attempted to make Kelly look really bad. But when somebody actually breaks this shit down, girl, what? You just trying to find any reason you could think of. How long did you keep this note open in your phone trying to think of the shit before you sent it? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like you sat there for a minute trying to come up with a list of things that would validate the way you've been going at Kelly in order to make it seem like, she deserves how you've been going at her. And I feel like the truth of the matter is the shit that Kelly finally went and got about your house was in response to all of the several times you've called her homeless. Even though that's not the case. You've like lied about the situation that she's in so that you could make her look bad and like she doesn't have a place to stay and like she's broke. Which honestly, after a while gets annoying because like, you know, do you live here in America currently? Girl, most of us is really starting to feel all of the stupid shit this administration did to make our lives harder. Girl, we're feeling it now. Almost 3 years in, girl, we're feeling it. And you up here because you get to lay down with Henry Charles and be, you know, financially stable because of all his years busting his ass playing basketball. You get to sit there and, you know, act like you don't have shit on your record that shows you don't always have your fucking money together. Angela, it feels like a projection. It feels like I feel insecure about this thing that's going on with me and my houses. So I'm going to keep projecting that onto Kelly. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda said, the Financial Industry Regulatory, it is a private nonprofit organization acting as a self-regulatory group or authorized by the U.S. government. Got it. And Angela got banned from that. And she's saying, thank God. Huh? Girl. She said, I asked one person one time, do you know her? Never asked for tea, and I confronted that lie on screen. That shit right there, I asked somebody if they knew her, but I didn't ask for tea. That's what I'm saying by playing in my face. That's what I'm saying. Girl, get the fuck out of here. You went to that lady house asking her what we doing, y'all, to see what story y'all were going to make up on Shamia. And now you're sitting here saying that you just asked about her, but it wasn't to get tea. When she continually plays semantics so that she can keep from being accountable for the flaw ass shit that she's being called out for doing, that's what aggravates me. Girl, just stand on it. Just stand on it. I would have more respect for somebody that say, girl, yeah, I went to them people looking for tea on you. That's what we doing, right? But then that would be admitting what they were doing and that whole plot shit that K. Michelle said. Yeah, she's not a good liar. Like, this is just stupid. I never brought it to the group. Someone else surely did. Somebody else brought it to the group. You the one who was sitting at the table and asked if she'd fuck George. You the one that brought that up at the table and asked that specific question. I already told y'all, I felt like that was a team effort. Phaedra tapped the ball a little bit. Oh, everybody knows George. Portia tapped the ball. Does he have a wife? Everybody know that nigga married to that young ass girl. Like, everybody know that nigga married to that young ass girl. But you asking that question because you want to make it seem like Shamia was fucking George. Y'all can act like that scene wasn't what the fuck I think it was, which is all of them putting that shit out and doing it through Angela. But me? That was the Portia clique work right there. And you're not gonna convince me otherwise. Let me see. If she's banned, she's been stealing. They're regulated. Yeah, no, she was signing bad checks, y'all. She was signing bad checks in 2014. Somebody who don't like her was on Twitter sending screenshots of the stuff about Angela to Kelly. She said, but when I ask, it's investigating. When they Google, dig, and pull records as this liar just did, it's housewives. No, bitch, nobody said it's housewives. We said it was a response to you constantly calling that lady broke and saying she was homeless, and y'all continuing to say that she's living in Shamia's house when she stayed there for 2 weeks. Girl, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you dug up the Gary thing, bitch. Like, what are you talking about? You dug up the Gary thing. You brought the Gary thing up because you brought that up. You investigated her and Shamia. Why are you acting like you didn't when you using the shit that you found out against them in every one-liner you throw out? You investigated them and then you sat there and wrote your reads that you would be able to throw at them. Like, you couldn't wait to throw out that one about Kelly being a broke bitch or whatever it was and it rhymed. Angela committed fraud. I feel like she feels a lot of shame and guilt about, her probably being a scammer at some point in her life, and marrying a rich man was supposed to like save her from all of that, which is why I don't like how she comes at Kelly. That's why I don't like how she comes at Kelly. Because, girl, you could be in a similar situation if Charles decided that he wanted to move on to another woman. I don't know. Like, I feel like when women already like down like that, why is you punching them down? And that's another, why that's aggravating for me? Because y'all will go in and call me a Portia hater. And even when all of that shit was going on the blogs, I never defended fucking Simon Guobadia. Even though I felt like him and Portia was low key, basically trying to out manipulate each other, and his old ass won. Shit. Okay? I never, ever, ever defended the way he treated her and the way he talked about her. Because in my mind, you knew exactly who the fuck she was, and you still laid up and sucked pussy and everything else on her. Don't come out now and talk about how she's stupid and all of this other shit, because you knew who she was when you was fucking with her. Because to me, I'm not about to be on the internet talking about that shit and defending that fuck ass nigga, even though I feel like Portia be wrong as hell. So it's weird to me how y'all are going at Kelly. Like, it's very, very weird, because I just think it's fucked up. I just think it's fucked up. I'm sorry. I think it's terrible. And I think with Angela, it's a full-blown projection, because you come to find out these things about her, but because y'all can't stand Kelly, it doesn't matter that she's a fucking scammer and her house is on a public real estate website saying in pre-foreclosure and auction. Doesn't matter though. Let me see. So when Kelly posted the shit, a guy named Alex Himes responded, "Hey, Kelly, ask our girl about the case she just lost to Pelican Solutions. She worried about your pockets. She should be worried about the $200,000 she owes and that $600,000 that Charles owes." And I guess that was the paperwork to confirm that. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like at this point, this shit is just ridiculous. And I feel like all of this happened because y'all want to win this battle in, Shamia versus Portia. Girl, ridiculous. Angela doesn't even seem to have access to Charles' money. Who would? Who would give her access to their money? Who? Who would do that? Sorry, they ate Kelly up. I mean, I don't know what you apologizing for. Yes, they are going in on her. That's what we're talking about. And I feel like they're going in on her in a way that just ignores the fact that the person that keeps bringing up all of this shit got all her own money woes, her own bullshit going on. Alexander Rogers said on his channel that she got caught using her cousin and grandma. Yeah, that's what it was. She used her grandmother's credit to get a loan, and she was fired from Wachovia. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. We talked about that. Her scamming her grandmother and shit. Kelly deserves all the smoke. She punches women when they are down. Angela was giving Kelly what she gives to others. Kelly, it's a no. I totally disagree. I don't know what you mean Kelly punches women when they're down. I don't know who has been down. Please tell me who has been down that Kelly has punched on. Because if you're talking about peach juice, please move around. She was likely just a purse wallet in those real estate deals because she's been banned since 2009. There's no way she was brokering those deals. Oh my God. Well, that sounds problematic. Charles said no to using his money for bad cosmetic surgery. Oh my God. Angela is mad about Kelly saying Angela laying on her back comment. I mean, I don't understand getting mad about shit like that, but that's just that's just me. I'm not girl, whatever you want to call it. Marlo needs to be Shamar's friend of the show. Shamar, who? On what show? She's just like Tawanda Braxton. Fraud. Listen, y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say. All I'ma say is y'all can't stand that lady. I don't know why. I think everybody throws they slick shade and says the fucked up shit that they want to say. But when it's Kelly, it's totally different. When it's Kelly, then she, you know what I mean? When Kelly do it, it's a problem. When Angela just straight up lies, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We watching 2 different shows. They're using Kelly for extended storylines. Can't wait for everyone's excuse next season. Marlo should be Shamia's friend. Girl, Marlo can't be nobody's friend. I mean, she can come on, but she can't be nobody's friend, y'all. She not gonna be nobody's friend. I think y'all be forgetting the type of person that Marlo is. I don't think Marlo's gonna come in and make Shamia's life easy. If anything, Marlo will come in and you know, fuck around and be on Portia's side, and we'd be like, how we got here? Magic. Voila. Cynthia had to stay somewhere when she had to sell her house, and her new house wasn't ready, just like Kelly. I mean, I felt like I don't understand why y'all keep acting like that's a bad thing that somebody has a friend that had an extra property that you could stay in until your shit got right. In real life, why is that something to, you know, to act as if that's a negative thing? The way y'all have acted as if that's the most craziest broke bitch thing you can do, to stay at your rich homegirl's house until you move into yours. Yeah, I don't understand that. I think y'all are making this shit worse than it is because y'all don't like her, not because it's actually like valid or anything. I think it's fucking stupid. And I think, yeah, Angela speaks in projection. Everything she says about Kelly is something that can be said about her. And that's how I feel about it. Kenya. So y'all, Miss USA teases Real Housewives of Atlanta Kenya Moore as co-host for its 75th Diamond celebration. Yes, squad. Okay. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see Kenya getting other opportunities, and I can't wait to see her on the show. I think she'll be really good. Honestly, I feel like if they had some type of like ongoing show that was like this, I mean, it would be totally misogynistic and, you know, completely out of order. But if they did, Kenya would be like an excellent panelist to judge. Like if it was Model American Idol or, you know, Miss USA American Idol, I feel like Kenya would be great at assessing the girls, you know what I'm saying, and being shady, but then also maybe sometimes being supportive. You know what I mean? I feel like it would work. Shout out to Kenya for that. And then also Andy was asked about Kenya coming back to the show.
Kelly from Minnesota. Andy, we need Kenya back. Are you ever thinking about bringing her back?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm thinking about her all the time. I texted her last week about how much I missed her.
Oh.
That's all he said?
Kelly from Minnesota.
Somebody said that means no. He basically saying once the lawsuit is over, she'll be back. Andy always give y'all a PR answer. He didn't say yes. He already told her the new cast is coming back. Y'all can hang up Kenya and Nene. Bring Kenya back. Yes, I love Kenya. Bravo, please bring Kenya Summer Moore back. Thank you. Must be AI, because no, we good. Ooh, y'all be hating on Kenya. I actually like Kenya in those last 2 seasons. I like Kenya. So, you know, in those seasons, because y'all thought, girl, that was one of the reasons why y'all thought me and Jamie was going to have beef, because y'all felt like I hated Kenya so much that me and her were going to fight about that. And it's like, yeah, no, y'all really don't be understanding. Okay. I didn't like Kenya because Kenya came at me sideways years ago over, you know, me jokingly talking about the show on Twitter. And I was talking about, you know, like you calling somebody ignorant, and then you, something she said, it was about the way somebody enunciated a word and said, read a book. And I'm like, just because somebody pronounces a word, you know, differently, it doesn't mean they don't read, because you have to hear how somebody pronounces a word in order for you to pronounce it in the same way. But if you've never heard somebody say the word and you read it, you just sound it out. You use your fucking phonics. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get it exactly right when you say it. That's why sometimes people say pecan or pecan, depending on who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I made a comment like that, like you calling somebody stupid, but, you know, just because a person pronounces something differently doesn't mean that they don't read. So that's what I was saying. Somebody sent her that. Somebody added her that, and she said some crazy shit to me, and I was just like, girl, fuck you. Okay, because she started to become like she was an asshole, and I was upset about that because I loved Kenya. Like Kenya as a actress, Kenya as Miss Bozak, okay, Kenya as Lucius' wife. Like I was like very, very supportive of Kenya's career. Like the amount of times I watched the first Twa movie, girl, I loved me some Kenya. And I always thought that, I love the fact that she was so chocolate and so beautiful. As somebody that grew up being aware of how colorism, moves in our community, whenever I saw a dark-skinned, beautiful woman, it would always make me happy. So Kenya used to always be somebody that when she popped up on screen, I would just get happy because she was just so beautiful. Like, just, oh my God, like Black Barbie doll down. Especially, in them 90s episodes of shows where she just show up and everybody's like, screaming and shit because she's so pretty. So like when she came on the show and was like a mean girl to the nth degree, and yes, this was the perfect way for her to create her iconicness on the show. But as somebody watching it, it was so fucking disappointing. Okay. But after, I feel like after she went through what she went through with that ex-husband girl, it started to change her personality. She had a daughter. I think it made her a more empathetic person. I think it made her more emotionally vulnerable. And the things that I feel like she once would really care about and be very like asshole-ish about, I feel like those things kind of relaxed. Even the way she went at Britt Eady was like, Kenya, why did you do that? Because I just feel like there's certain things as a woman you shouldn't do in combat because it's just bad for women, period. When y'all do like slut shamey shit, like, her posting the pictures and all of that, I didn't think that shit was cool. I thought that shit was fucked up. Okay. But I did not like the way it was looked at as the most fucked up thing. And so the other person doesn't have to be reprimanded for threatening somebody with a pistol. I didn't, to me, that was an imbalance. And I did not like that. Kenya could be wrong, but for y'all to do it, how y'all did it, I didn't like that. So, like me personally, I feel like I'm going to always be somebody that can be fair. I'm going to try to be fair. In the times that I'm, not being fair, I'll tell y'all I don't give a fuck. Because I'm trying my best to be fair. So if I've decided that I've had it up to here, then it is what it is. Okay. But yeah, I want Kenya back. I really liked her those last seasons. And to be honest, like the stupidity that be going on, I feel like you need somebody that's smart again. And I've always felt like Kenya was extremely smart. So I would love for Kenya to be back on the show because I'm tired of y'all being real excited about dumb bitches. Y'all love a dumb bitch. Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Like, y'all really love a I don't read books ass bitch. And that annoys me because, you know what I mean? Okay, y'all. So before I get into this mess with this alleged Dennis side chick, this shit I saw pop up on my TikTok, I want to remind everybody about Reset by Design Wellness, girl. Okay? I want to remind you guys that we take trips. We go out the country and we are going to Bali in Fiji next year. Fiji is, I think Bali might be as well. I think they both might be group trips. Group trips meaning that men and women and everybody in between can come on through, okay? That's everybody. Everybody is invited to these, to Fiji, February, and Bali in July. So if y'all are trying to roll with us, come on through. Go to resetbydesignwellness.com, get the information, sign up. See if you're trying to come with us to Fiji, girl. Okay, didn't they say that's what Love Island just was? Y'all trying to go see what a Love Island hoes was? Yes, go. All right. Okay, girl. Let's get into the Dennis side chickery of it all. Now, listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, because I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this lady is a side chick. I don't know if any of this is true. So I want to preface this video by saying, this could just be some random bitch lying for all I know. But it did pop up. Things were said. And if y'all know anything, if y'all know any real information about who this woman may be and her connection to Dennis and his dick, let me know. Let's take a listen. Once again, do not know if this lady is actually this man's side piece. I don't know how a single nigga got a side piece, but maybe somebody will explain it to me.
I ain't got to sit next to Portia, bitch. I can sit next to Shamia. That's the thing.
Okay, so some people are saying this is Shamia's cousin. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Now, the thing I don't like is when somebody is on live talking and then the fans of the person that they start talking about are in the comments talking shit to them. So then when y'all clip it and put it all over the internet, it looks like a person just randomly talking about Portia. When no, somebody is in the comments saying, girl, you can't even sit next to Portia. Girl, you think a bitch can't sit next to Portia in Atlanta?
Bitch, school, you can't sit next to Portia. Have you ever been in a room with Portia? Have you ever been to Portia's house? Have you ever been in the motherfucking midst of Portia? You haven't. I have. I actually have been sitting right next to her. Actually, literally. Literally. Y'all let that little work Portia done got done. Gorgeous woman. Y'all let that work Portia got done really get to y'all fucking head. Portia is a gorgeous woman, and she is. Great work. Great nose job. Great facial balancing. Great mini neck lift.
Mini neck lift? Is that what she got? Yeah, no, all her work is really good. I know she got facial rebalancing. I was looking into that because that's some very interesting shit, how y'all just make a person face, you know what I mean? Now everything's pulled. You know, it's good. It's good. It's good work.
Like, what the hell? We all could get it. We all could get it, my love.
And she can ignore it easy. People be looking for a problem with Big P. Big P? Like, why should one have to ignore something in order to not talk about Big P? I don't know why all I could think about was big pussy. And then I thought about, oh, you bitches is my sons. And I'm going to go and get some lids for 'em. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what's going on? Like, what's going on?
Y'all be like, Portia's so gorgeous, bitch. Go get gorgeous too. Fuck. You can pay for it too. With a little money, you can pay for it too. Well, you know, maybe not you, but most of the girls can. Switch gears.
Calling her Big P is insane. Girl, sometimes, you know what it be feeling like? Y'all know how people talk about Kevin Samuels, like he they godfather or they daddy or some shit. That's low key what that sound like. I just be feeling like, you know, girl, you can't. I don't know. I'm an adult, so you know, I don't know. I just be feeling like I'm too grown. I'm too grown of a woman to be talking about other women like that. Like, you know, girl, Big P. Girl, what's going on? You sound like you talking about your OG. That's my OG. Oh, girl. I mean, I feel like, yes, it does look like she may be a Portia hater, but you know, is that invalid? Like, is it invalid for people to not like Portia? What be going on, girl?
Portia D. Williams from Decatur? No, bitch, me from Decatur. Me from Decatur. How Portia house looked that she lived in Decatur? How did that house look? Because I know how Shamia's house looked that was in Decatur. How did Portia them house look? I wonder which one was bigger. When y'all be online saying Shamia's envious.
No, it's a good bust down. It's a good bust down. It blends in perfectly with her real hair.
With more money. I wonder who in adulthood had to live with who. I wonder. I fucking wonder.
Sound like she insinuating that Shamia had a better childhood than Portia. I mean, I guess better is subjective. Subjective.
I don't know. Switch gears.
Cause I know, listen, over the years, I didn't realize I had friends and shit, even girlfriends sometimes that were like envious of the fact that I grew up in, you know, a 2-parent household and, you know, all of that. So, you know, sometimes people do grow up kind of hating you, even if they are like technically your friend. And it start from early on, you know what I mean?
That's mean. I ain't say that.
Oh, she fighting on Shamia. I mean, if Shamia is her cousin, then that would make sense. Because if y'all was talking about my family and I fuck with my family, like y'all, I would be cursing y'all out all the time behind my people. You know, but that's when you know, you like your family members and stuff like that.
Cause that'll be mean. Want to be a side bitch to their baby daddy. One of them married to their baby daddy, so.
Oh, well, that was shady. One of them is the side chick to their baby daddy. And so this must be somebody that, you know, they was like, oh, you calling Portia a side chick, so we gonna call you Dennis's side piece? Like, what evidence do we have that this lady fucked Dennis? Like, I would love for y'all, you know, to prove this is Shamia's cousin. But that's what it sounded like she was saying.
I don't know, though. Don't quote me. What do I know? I can't even sit next to Portia, so what the fuck do I know?
Girl, none
I'm
of
just
us
a
can.
bitch online, okay?
None of us can, girl.
Y'all really got me off topic. I was trying to catch up on the Stephanie shit before I fucking left the house.
I'm just, when you like your family, you know. Let me see. Was there anything else said?
Shamia is envious of Portia's fame. Shamia and Portia are two motherfucking women that had the same fucking goals, please. And one has more in some areas and one has more in the other areas. Like, are you dumb? One has more in one area, the other has more in the other area. They both wanted to be a TV personality. They both want to do radio personality. They both want to act. They both want to sing. Y'all are just weird. That's all. When it comes to like trying to pick out who's jealous of.
I agree. I agree that the motherfuckers are weird when it comes to like the Portia Shamia situation.
Does not know.
Okay, hold up. Hot Dog Man Dennis side piece Shamia cousin called Portia a narcissist. My God. The Portia puddles are going to be like, girl, the Portia's puddles are gearing up for an attack. Okay, a whole bunch of grown ass women. A whole bunch of grown ass women. Ugh.
When a motherfucker is puppet mastering her. She's letting you light yourself on fire, my love. She's sitting back. She's texting you passive aggressive shit, putting the phone down, and then the cameras roll, and then you have all this anger built up from y'all's exchange. And then she's acting unbothered. And then the people are eating it up. The people are online like, I'm so glad Portia giving this bitch dust. I'm so glad you glad Portia's being a fucking passive aggressive narcissist? Oh, but you're not happy when your man do it. Y'all don't be happy when that man do it. Y'all don't be happy when your man play triangulation with his family and then you're crashing out from something that he fucking did and now you're looking like the bad guy. You're not happy when you're in Shamia's position in real life, but you happy that Portia's the narc on TV? Y'all have no discernment.
They don't.
I'm not saying Shamia is innocent because in my opinion, this is a classic case of frenemies. This is a classic case. Does not know.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't disagreed with anything that she said, in all honesty. And I think that anybody that's, you know, on the internet to defend Portia, you're not going to be able to hear what she's saying, you know, accurately. It's always going to be through, oh, you know, you're a hate. Girl, yeah, sure. But no, I think that's accurate. And I feel like if that's what Shamia told her, that she would text you in scene some crazy shit and then put her phone, that sounds actually very accurate for the type of games that I think Portia plays with people. Okay. And it is very interesting. Like, y'all have no discernment. No, seriously. The things that people say, that's why I say, like, a lot of y'all either have the Jezebel spirit or you have no discernment. Yeah, because it is given that you can't see when somebody's character flaws are something that will cause an issue to you if you were their friend. Like, you don't see yourself as a person that could be, manipulated. Like, I even saw a woman talking about, if I was friends with somebody for 20 something years, it's like, okay, yeah, you might have better discernment than most people in order to choose friends that are in alignment with you. But a lot of times people, they don't. Girl, when I tell y'all Portia's puddles don't know what to do, like they can't engage with a real conversation for shit. Just keep saying the same shit over and over again. Oh my God. Oh Lord, I want the women to get some self-esteem somewhere, girl. I want them to get some self-esteem somewhere. Cause this type of, pussy slurping proverbially, that's a lot. I don't know. But yeah, girl, I don't know
does not know.
I don't know who the lady is, but I kind of agree with her assessment for sure. That they both wanted similar things. Because that's what happened. That's what happened. They both wanted to be singers. One is a better singer than the other. They both wanted to be on radio. They both had jobs in radio at one point or another, right? They were both doing a lot of the same things. So that's why listen, girl, I will never understand y'all defending Portia not wanting Shamia to come on the show, because Shamia has always been willing to bring Portia along with her in order to put Portia in rooms so Portia can get whatever it is that she wants to get. And for her to not feel the same way about Shamia, that's really all I need to know about the dynamic between Shamia and Portia. Yes, very much alike in a lot of different ways, because they would not have been able to be friends for this long if they didn't have problematic characteristics in common. But at the end of the day, that one fact that when you was down, I was there to make sure that you was with me in them rooms if you couldn't get in them rooms by yourself. And now you telling me that I can't be a part of some shit that I'm being asked to be a part of because your feelings are going to be hurt? Girl, that's all I need to know. Oh. Okay, ma'am. You want attention? Okay. Self-esteem is on high. I've always liked Portia. Some of us don't switch up on people. Ma'am, you don't know her in real life. First the fuck off. And that sounds like blind loyalty. Nobody has high self-esteem that has blind loyalty. Like, no, not really. No, not really, love. But you know what? You be cool with that. You be cool with that, babe. Like I said, I be feeling like, you say people tell a lot about themselves. That's their business, girl. Don't get mad at me because I pointed it out. I think whenever grown ass women are on the internet doing this type of stuff, they, as a police girl, it's so much things I can say, girl. Neither do you, Bondy. What? Girl, what? Girl, what's going on? Like, what's going on, girl? Like, what's happening? Oh my God, are you okay? Like, this is giving like people, you be going through shit, in your life, and you can't like just really express whatever you going through. So you like be on the internet, like, looking for somebody to fight with, I feel the same way about Portia that you feel about. Oh, girl, no, you don't. See what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, girl, go ahead away from me with this, because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Go away from me with this, okay? No, there's not not at all. That's what y'all think because y'all think that way. Y'all think very binary, right? That defending somebody when they're right and they've been wrong means that you're going to be some like loyal sycophantic freak waiting to support them and fight everybody for them every time something happens. That is not what I do. That is not what I do. I want everybody to remember whenever I get up here, I get paid. I'm not nowhere in comments fighting on behalf of anybody for free. Yeah, no. Odios míos, oh my God, no. That's not, I don't know what Mel had to do with this, and I don't know how Mel and Portia aligned when Mel's situation was being abused by a husband. And I have no idea what's happening right now. All I know is y'all be waiting a long time to come and fight somebody. Girl, I don't know her. I don't. That's why it's so right, girl. Like these parasocial relationships is scary. Let's move on, y'all. Let's move on. So, y'all, Tamron Hall says that she used a side entrance to her own show for 6 months until Tyler Perry stepped in. Let's just listen to what she got to say, y'all.
The first 6 months of my own television show, I would not walk through the main doors. I actually came in through a side door that brought me through the audience.
First of all, I love this outfit. Let's start there.
And people kept telling me to use the main TH entrance, my initials. And the thought of it made me physically uncomfortable. I had the show, but part of me still didn't want to be the show. Then Tyler Perry said to me, "It's your show. Why are you not walking out the doors of your own show?" And I gave him the first thing that came to my mind. I said, "I'm not a celebrity." And he just looked at me and said, "It's your show." And that stayed with me because sometimes you can work for something, earn it, finally get it, and still have a hard time fully stepping into it. I write about that in Bet on Yourself because I had to learn that getting the opportunity and believing I belonged in it were two different things. Have you ever gotten what you wanted and still had trouble fully claiming it? For the first 6 months of my own television show, I would not walk.
That was
through the
real
main doors.
good, wasn't it? Wasn't it a good ad? Girl, if that wasn't a Tyler Perry is a good man, Savannah girl, I love the way she did that, girl. Let me tell you. So I have talked to y'all about this before. Okay. So whenever a celebrity is fucking up out there in the world, right? Being accused of sexual harassment and sexual assault and stuff like that. They have to do a campaign, girl. This is a campaign. All right, girl, can you still spell a campaign? I think that's how you spell it, girl. Campaign. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it, girl. Anyway, okay, this is giving a Tyler Perry campaign. Okay, what are we trying to accomplish? What's the goal? Okay, Tyler Perry is a caring, okay, supportive billionaire. Okay, girl, listen, hold up. Let me back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back it, back that ass up. Hold up. No, I'm coming forward. Let me back that ass up. Okay, let me back that ass up and let me move over to the side. Slide your panties to the side. Okay, so this is a campaign to showcase that Tyler Perry is caring, supportive, and he's a billionaire. And then she uses, oh my God, this is the brilliant part. She uses going through the back door. As a tool to pull on Black people. Okay? Yes. No, imposter syndrome is real, right? And that's another thing about this. That's why it was so brilliant, because you have to use something real that people will connect with. That's why she was so perfect for this ad, girl. This is brilliant, okay? Because, yes, imposter syndrome. Okay. So, imposter syndrome is something that many Black women can relate to, okay? So they're going to give you something because an ad campaign, they have to be able to catch the person that they're trying to catch. The demographic for anything dealing with Tyler Perry is Black women, okay? The way to tap into the emotions of Black women is to tap into what a lot of Black women are dealing with being successful. Right here, imposter syndrome. Remember, Black people is the most important part of this, right? This is who we're talking to. So that's why we then pull on something that will emotionally stimulate you, okay? And going through the back door is something that will emotionally stimulate you to have sympathy or empathy for Tamron, right? So it's like, oh my God, you were going through the back door like the Black people used to have to in Jim Crow, which were like we're almost back in Jim Crow right fucking now. And you had to go through the back door, Black people. Right? Because this is the time where Black people are pointing out that you don't care about Black people, Tyler Perry, because you're a billionaire. So how do we offset for that? We get Tamron Hall in a cute outfit and perfect sunlighting on her beautiful caramel skin to give us imposter syndrome as a pull, because we can all relate to that as Black women in a racist society that tells us we're not good enough and we don't fit no matter how much we almost mimic a godlike quality about ourselves. My God, on today. And this is supposed to make us see Tyler Perry as somebody that helps Black people, because he helped Tamron Hall see that she should be walking through the front door, okay? i.e. fighting against oppressive systems that have harmed Black people, like going through the back door, Jim Crow. Girl, this was excellent work. Do you hear me? Because this got y'all emotional. And then, you know, it told you a story that taps into your feeling of, you know, inequities as a Black person. And instead of being upset at who actually causes these inequities, nowadays it is billionaires, it is corporations, it's the government, it's those entities together that are allowing for this disenfranchisement to take place, right? Tamron is making it seem like she like the rest of us and Tyler Perry is helping her. Right? So that's supposed to make us as the Black people see Tyler Perry as a savior. They often like to, you know, promote Tyler Perry as a savior of some sort, a savior to Black people. But you can't be both oppressive and a savior to the Black people. You being a billionaire means that you are being oppressive. Right? You're not paying people. You don't want them to have adequate health insurance. You're putting them under extremely quick deadlines and turnover rates and all of that type of shit. And that goes against SAG-AFTRA and a lot of things that are meant to protect the actors and the people that work on sets and stuff like that. So, you know, it's really good to have a government that pulls back a whole bunch of regulations that allows you to be able to, you know, exploit the people that work on, you know, your projects in several different ways, you know, possibly. I don't know, maybe. This is just what I've heard, girl. Don't take it as you know, a fact. But what I will say is, breaking down this campaign that Tamron just did, it all comes back to Tyler Perry cares about Black people. And if you think because he's a billionaire, he doesn't care about Black people, well, you listen to famous Black journalist Tamron Hall, who's experienced a plethora of racial discrimination in the workplace. And you listen to what she has to say about Black billionaire Tyler Perry. And then she gives you this story. And then, of course, it adds on to what she has going on. So it's a joint ad, right? It promotes what she has going on as well. But ultimately, what we really got out of this is that Tyler Perry told me to believe in myself. Tyler Perry cares about Black people. Tyler Perry told Tamron Hall that she was that girl. That's what that was, girl. That's what that was. Listen, you can't fuck with me. Jason also has a campaign. Listen, these types, y'all got to get smarter about y'all antics. Tyler Perry honored at the Impact Award. Girl, listen, when I be seeing the Impact Awards and every year it seems like more and more Black people that you respect end up in a room, and I still be looking at Jason the same way I was always looking at him, I be like, yeah, I'm going to stay on. I'm going to stay up here with y'all. I don't know if I ever make it having this type of, strong, strong, prestigious fortitude shit I got going on. Yeah, y'all, this was very interesting. Tyler Perry cares about your back door being open. Bitch, shut up. Why y'all play so much? Oh my God, that was a good one though. Thank you for that, Tamron. But yeah, no, that wasn't a good enough one for me. Not for me. Okay, so then also, 18-year-old Elisa Hackett sues Arkansas State Trooper after police cam shows him punching her during a traffic stop. I didn't want to talk about this because I don't like talking about things like this on my channel because it really pisses me off. And sometimes I would like to be a place that we don't have to worry about the fear that Black people feel whenever a police officer pulls somebody over. Y'all know how we got tired of having those moments in movies and TV shows where a Black person is happy and driving in their fucking car, and then you feel this fear in your body that they're about to get pulled over by the police and killed because some stupid mother... Girl, y'all know what I'm saying. Either way, the 18-year-old is suing Arkansas State Trooper Moses Arellano. Child, you sound like you ain't 100. Girl, y'all be buying whiteness through brutality of Black people, I guess. After a traffic stop turned physical. Video from the August 1st encounter shows Arellano taking Hackett to the ground and punching her as he attempted to place her under arrest. Hackett claimed she questioned the stop and pulled her arm away, but did not threaten the trooper or attempt to run. Her lawsuit accuses Arellano of excessive force, battery, and retaliation. She is reportedly suing the trooper personally, not the Arkansas State Police. That's what you do. That's exactly what the fuck you do, because there was no reason for him to manhandle. They love flipping some Black girl, some young Black girl that they know is a fucking kid. They love flipping us on the fucking ground and punching us in the face for any old thing. It shows the racism, because why is that your response to somebody pulling their arm away? You're a man. You're supposed to be stronger. And that's what you do? You don't just grab her arm. You body slam her and punch her?
I don't give a fuck what you ask. Man, come on.
I hope she gets college education. Okay, 4 years at some expensive ass school in order, you know what I'm saying, in this situation, or to rectify this here situation, because y'all just be pissing me off. Let's move on, you guys. So Doja Cat, first of all, the fact that Doja Cat has this room in her house, I love it. I love it. I love it when women have like these rooms that they've curated to be like this perfect special place for them. I love it. It looks great.
Nobody asked me anything about Tyga, but I just felt like saying this. Tyga is a penis for making an AI album.
And they gave his AI album, I think, a 0 out of 10. Yeah. Tyga's slop pop concept album is smug and complacent and depressing. It deserves our lowest scores in 19 years. God damn. I mean, that's not surprising to me. Y'all don't really make these men grow. Y'all don't make these men grow at all. That's why they regress. That's why their music can't grow the fuck up, because they haven't grown the fuck up, and nobody expects them to grow the fuck up. Nobody at all, girl. Nobody at all. I think that Doja might have said something else. I forgot. It was she was on live saying, people asking her questions about celebrities. She say something, it go viral. It's not even that serious. But yeah, she said he's a penis. And yeah, that wig was terrible. I don't know why he would be wearing that wig that he was wearing. That's terrible. But I agree with Doja Cat. I do. And I like the fact that Spotify said that they're about to start identifying AI generated music, because no, you should not be able to top charts, computer. I'm sorry. No. Y'all already be out here making terrible songs, shit songs and putting them on the fucking internet to be played over and over and over again until we like the dumbass shit. Let's move on, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, y'all, let's listen. Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez, y'all know Nicki Minaj hates this lady. When I say Nicki Minaj can't stand this lady, Nicki Minaj cannot stand this lady. Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez reportedly had a frightening encounter outside the entertainment company's New York City headquarters. According to the New York Post, Perez was allegedly confronted by a man outside Roc Nation's Chelsea headquarters on Monday, August 10th around 7:30 p.m. Law enforcement sources claim the man approached Perez and allegedly threatened her, saying, "You're going to die." The disturbing encounter reportedly comes after months of alleged threats against the longtime music executive. Authorities reportedly believe the same man has been targeting Perez since May, allegedly making threats through social media and in music lyrics directed at Roc Nation. Sources describe the suspect as an aspiring rapper who is reportedly known to frequent parts of Manhattan and the Bronx. Perez's representative reportedly contacted police following the last encounter. The suspect has not been arrested as of the publication of the report, and authorities were said to be investigating the alleged threats. Perez, a longtime business partner of Jay-Z, is a co-founder of Roc Nation and has served as the company's CEO since 2019. Roc Nation represents and works with some of the biggest names across music, sports, and entertainment. Roc Nation has not publicly commented on the reported incident. Girl, when I tell you at some point I need a documentary about whatever the fuck is going on with this lady, I need a documentary about whatever the fuck is going on with this lady. Yes, they said this lady was a part of the cartel. I believe she was given a pardon. Listen, you know, I was thinking, is it Kenneth? Is it somebody that Wig sent over there? You know what I mean? Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez targeted by death threats. Girl, this looked like somebody that has done some terrible things in their life, and it's just eventually gonna catch up to them. The series of disturbing encounters began in May, according to the sources. Yeah, y'all. I mean, on top of the fact that she had that situation with her daughter and her daughter's baby daddy, right? On top of what the people are saying about her when it comes to Nicki Minaj and, you know, all of that. It seemed like where there's smoke, there's fire. And y'all know, like, ever since they did whatever they did, like the cartel, you know, girl, has been strengthened. Yeah, the people are putting a whole bunch of, you know, Nicki Minaj's in the comments and all of that type of shit, you know. Her fans are always somewhere waiting in the wings. Ooh, girl. I guess we'll see, but I ain't gonna lie, I would love, because I know it's gonna be some like gangster ass shit. I know whatever documentary that they make about her is gonna, you know, maybe it'll have Joe Budden's voice on it. Maybe Joe Budden will do the true crime. Okay? Desiree Perez. A lot of you might know her as the best friend, co-founder, CEO of Roc Nation. But other people know her as a queen pin. Her daughter knows her as a mother that tried to ruin her baby daddy's life. Girl, it would be hilarious. I need to see it. She is definitely giving Griselda. It is giving, I used to run shit and now I run shit legally. It is giving, maybe I used to do some things, right? Some strange things for a piece of change. And then because of how the Americans get down, you make friends with the right psychopath and boom, bow, pow, bitch, you a CEO. Moving on up. Okay. Get off me, cartel niggas. I'm out of here. I'm on my way to Roc Nation. Girl, I don't know what's going on. But one day I hope to be sitting somewhere comfortably in a lovely home, watching a documentary that I waited years in the making for. And that is the one surrounding that lady. She is what Deb Atney wanted to be. That's a good assessment, girl. That's a good assessment for sure. Speaking of other people in the music industry that, something might be a little wrong with them. The smoke and the fire. The smoke and the fire. Girl, Rod Wave. Rod Wave's criminal case is moving forward. And prosecutors say they've handed over a massive amount of evidence to his legal team. According to court records, the state turned over more than 90 gigabytes of evidence. Yeah, that's a lot. Involving 1,900 photos and 111 videos and several audio files tied to the case. The Florida rapper, whose real name is Rodarius Green, is facing 14 charges connected to an April 2025 incident at his Georgia home. Prosecutors accuse him of shooting at his girlfriend's vehicle during an argument. The charges include aggravated assault, possessing a firearm during the commission of a felony, reckless conduct, pointing a gun at another person, and criminal damage to property. Didn't we see a video? Y'all remind me. I feel like there was like some video. Investigators say they found shell casings near the driveway, damage from gunfire on a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon and a Rolls-Royce, and also recovered a firearm at the scene. Officers were originally called to the home after a reported burglary where they say a large safe had been dragged from the basement and emptied. Rod Wave has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His attorney insists the rapper was the victim of a burglary. Yeah, no, he needs to go to jail. Because that don't even make no sense. That sounds like a lie you made up after the fact. I don't know what happened to the shit in his safe, but you shooting at the girl car and all of that and pulling a gun on her? Yeah, see, no, I don't play about that. I'm sorry. I don't play about that. Send a nigga to jail.
I don't give a fuck what you asking. Get off. Let your motherfucking hands down. Man, come on.
All that man, come on shit. So, at the same time as he has this case going on, is this him right? This is him right here talking to Charlemagne the God in black and white. So you know what this is. You know what this is. Y'all know what this is. Come on now. This is giving sanitization. We got to wash this nigga's image. Let me see. Are we going to wash this nigga's image in the blood of Jesus? Because that always works. That always works. You want to clean up trying to kill somebody? Girl, bring up the blood of Jesus.
I feel at peace and just taking my time and building what I'm building my team, building my company, building my relationship. I feel so happy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel so peaceful, like, in this space in life that I'm in. And that's what
you at peace under the current situation?
That's what it looked like for me, though.
Are
Just
they still together?
Fresh out the shower, the house done got cleaned up. Me and Nari in the bed watching a good TV show. Good day in the office. Good day ahead
so you
of me
didn't shoot
tomorrow.
at her? Okay.
That's when I'm at my most peace, man.
Hey, I'm happy for you, Rob.
I feel at peace, but that's why I feel like this album is like so mature, because it used to be, I don't want no more love. I feel it's.
Okay, yeah, we can't listen to all of that. They playing music. Somebody said he ain't never told nobody to kill themselves. If you can't relate, consider it a blessing. He already said that if you can't understand, girl, I don't even know what you commenting to. Let me read the caption. Rod Wave and Charlemagne the God got deep with this one. Rod opened up about healing his inner child, rejecting survivor's guilt, and recognizing how many young men have used his music as an outlet for emotions they may not always know how to express. And after years of putting so much pain into his music, Rod said he's now the happiest he's ever been, and even opened up about his newfound excitement to come home to his boo Nari. To check out his girl Nari turning up to the music, we've heard Rod put the pain into the music for years. So hearing him put the growth into words is a moment. Okay, so this is like not that different from the Tyler Perry ad. This is a Rod Wave ad. This is meant to change the narrative that I tried to kill my girlfriend by shooting and all of this. That didn't happen. No, I love her and I'm at peace and I can't wait to get home with her. And I was just robbed. Why? If you was I'm trying to understand, was you only shooting at your car when you got I was trying to understand, y'all. I'm trying to understand this situation. Because these two things like show me that one thing might be real and the other thing is a campaign to wash away what the real thing is. That's what this feels like. Let me y'all give me a second because I want to look it up. I want to look it up. Okay, hold up. Rod Wave shooting. Okay. This is from last year. Rapper Rod Wave facing assault, gun, other charges in Georgia. I just want to read what it said back then when the shit first happened. Wave, whose real name is Rodarius Green, voluntarily surrendered to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on warrants stemming from an April 21st police call in the Atlanta suburb of Milton. Police there said there is no truth to these charges, the rapper's lawyer said. Okay, what are the charges? Rod Green was a victim of burglary, committed no crimes. How he was even charged as a result of this situation is incomprehensible. This will absolutely be resolved favorably for Mr. Green. Okay, so maybe it is a situation where the police is fucking over Rod Wave. That is a possibility. The only reason it low-key feel like it's true is because if you weren't trying to hurt the girlfriend, why is the girlfriend so involved in a post that really don't have nothing? You know, like, it's just me picking up on the things they decided to, exaggerate, or the things they decided to pinpoint in his interview with Charlemagne. You know, a lot of that is my girl, my girl, my girl. I love my girl. I'm at peace. So it gives an image that I would not have shot at her and that would never have happened. And this is making it seem like maybe the police, was fucked up, which is absolutely a possibility, you guys. It is. Now, do niggas pull guns and shoot at their women all the time these days? Yes. So I don't know. Let's read the backstory. Milton police responded to a home in a town north of Atlanta after a 911 report described a possible domestic disturbance, police said in a statement. Officers determined that the call was related to a previously unreported burglary and the discharge of a firearm at the location, police said. They later obtained arrest warrants for Green, who was a resident of the home. What? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why? So were the gunshots at the robbers? That's what I'm saying. It was his girlfriend's car. Unless, like, you're shooting at robbers who are leaving as you're shooting. Like, that's what I would assume in this situation. The charges include aggravated assault, conspiracy to commit a felony, all of that shit. Tampering with evidence. He was tampering with the evidence. He was released on bond. Because he turned himself in. Okay. Let's see. He grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida, where he has had at least one past scrape with the law before a domestic battery charge was dismissed in 2022. Ex-girlfriend had accused Green of entering her home in Orlando area and choking her while their two children were in another room. According to an arrest warrant, the two had dated for about 4 years, and a girlfriend told investigators that Green accused her of seeing other men while they were broken up. While y'all were broken up? Prosecutors later told court officials that the case was not suitable for prosecution. Usually that means because the woman, feels bad and doesn't want to actually, continue to fight him in court. Okay, so now that makes me feel like I don't know what to believe. Charges include aggravated assault, conspiracy, criminal damage to property, and pointing or aiming a gun at someone and obstructing law officers. Like, we're missing something here. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't it feel like he choked another girlfriend, not the current one, but it looked like he choked another girlfriend. And y'all know what they say about, strangling women, because that's strangling. That's strangling. What is it, y'all? Strangulation. Okay, that's strangling somebody. That's not choking. Choking happens internally. I swallow something and go down the wrong way. I start coughing. I'm choking. Somebody putting their hands around my throat is not choking me. It's strangling me. Okay, we got to be specific about the language. And I tell y'all all the time that these girls do be going through these domestic violence situations. But if the nigga got money and everybody around them is like, girl, he famous. Don't break up with him because of that. He got money and he famous. Girl, you know, everybody got to deal with something. Girl, your bird ass friends will tell you to stay with a nigga that's fucking you up if he got money and he famous in 5 minutes. Strangulation. Thank you. Let's see. Rod Wave busted for aggravated assault after allegedly firing at girlfriend's car. Full story inside. This is from Hype Fresh. So this may not be accurate, but let me read it anyway to see what the niggas is saying, because that's what this is giving. This is giving what the streets is probably saying. Rod Wave was said to have gotten into an argument with his girlfriend on the 21st day of April 2025. In the course of the argument, he allegedly shot his girlfriend's vehicle using a gun. There's confirmed video proof, though the location and nature of the events remain. I thought I saw a video. That's why I was saying the fuck. Girl. See, it sounds like y'all done got back together and now you about to change the story for this nigga because he probably didn't put it to you like my career. This is for us. This is for us. I bet you any money it's on some shit like that. Hold up. Okay, wait. Child, this is him and his goons. I'm not going to play that one because that's a different one. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. They really tried to scrub this shit. That's giving, bitch, why is giving a Rock Nation cleanup? Okay, it comes with a sit down with Charlemagne of God, black and white or sepia tones on the video. Okay. Okay. We gonna put some real good music on that shit for you. Child, Rod Wave always getting caught on camera, it seems. I'm trying to see if I could find the one with him at the car. Because I know, when I tell y'all, I know they probably got that shit taken down. But I feel like I absolutely remember seeing a video. And that's why I felt like, nah, you was, you know, you was doing what them people said. Hold up. Damn. Yeah, I think they might have got it wiped or something. Cause I don't see the shit now. And I feel like the way I feel like I saw that shit before. Yeah, but this is giving abusive relationship because, you know, fat niggas be abusive, y'all. Y'all be thinking, you know, because these niggas be breathing hard when they walk, they not abusive. But Biggie should have showed y'all that. Fat niggas be abusive as hell. A lot of the times because they don't like themselves. A lot of that has to do with growing up in a nation full of fat phobic people. But you grow to like really, really hate yourself. And then when you get with a woman that is attractive, you know, you be thinking to yourself, bitch, you only with me because I got money. You only with me because, you know, da-da-da-da-da. That's the thing, the shit that they think in their heads that they may not say out loud. And that would be the, you know, one of the reasons why they be abusive to you. But yeah, niggas just be abusive to women. They do. Y'all groom men to think it's okay. And that their manhood comes from their ability to dominate some woman. And also, y'all don't teach these young boys how to emotionally regulate. Yeah, Big Pun was another one that was really abusive. But the way he came up here like this, trying to act like he ain't do what he did and it was all from a robbery and all of that. Yeah, I don't know where that robbery shit came from, right? I don't know. I almost feel like, was he robbed and then he blamed his girlfriend for niggas stealing from him, and so then he shoots at her car and pulls a gun on her? Maybe that's what it was. Girl, either way, I don't believe him and this this Charlemagne Rock Nation cleanup job they doing over here. I don't believe it. Let's read some of the comments. Somebody said, I feel this went over a lot of y'all heads. He said he's maturing, meaning his songs are also changing. He's found peace in being alone. When he used to crave human interaction as stated in older songs. That peace he talking about hits different, and I'm ready to hear it in his music. Y'all, girl, the way y'all be trying to find heart for these niggas. Girl, this is what I be talking about when I say discernment, okay? Y'all don't understand what he talking about, okay? This is serious. This is emotional. Somebody said the rod wave hate is hilarious. People hate that a black man is able to show emotion and make rap music about anything other than murder and women and still be relevant. He talks about reality, and if you're not tapped in, you're not tapped in. So y'all think y'all tapped in, but y'all, y'all don't know that he was over there choking one girl out, strangling one girl, and then possibly shooting at the other one or pulling a gun on the other one. Girl, that's too much abuse from a man for me. You can't make me believe that he just didn't changed all of a sudden. No, this is a cleanup job to make it seem as if he's cleaning it up. Because he's been caught on camera too many times with a pistol in his hand. He only had peace because D popped out and moved around on his ass. I don't know what that means. Maybe y'all can tell me. Y'all know I don't be knowing what's going on with these niggas like that. Nigga said he needs to have one good day. We are tired. You know what it is? I think it seems as if people are complaining about how he puts his emotion in his music, but it's because it's like that narcissistic, emotional trauma dumping type of shit, right? It's what a nigga tells people so that they feel sorry for him. Bondy, play the video for another half second so his mouth is closed. It probably won't be. Because he probably, have a hard time breathing through his nose. That's what he look, like one of them niggas that don't know how to breathe through their nose. Apparently, Rod Wave's rap Sad Boy. Yeah. I got that. That's why they keep saying it's depressing and all of that. But I'm telling y'all the reason why it's coming off to some people like it is because, you always the victim in your music. And men who are abusive to women, they often create this narrative that makes them a victim. Him putting that shit in his music, the reason why I find that so dangerous is because people will empathize with him based on what he puts in the music. And then when they see the shit that's happening in real life, they'll apply his personal bullshit that he put in that music to what's happening to him in real life, where he is the aggressor, he is the abuser, and he might be on his way to unaliving that lady. And that makes me think, because when, strangulation is an indicator that you may eventually unalive a woman if you go around strangling them. And he opened fire on her car. Like, that seems like a threat. That seems that seems crazy as fuck. Right? I'm not staying in a relationship with no nigga that pull a gun and start shooting that shit because he's angry about something. We not staying together. But that's just me, girl. Where is the video? Cause we moving off Rod Wave, but it reminded me of a story that I saved, and I wanna play that video for y'all. So this right here is what that reminds me of. Ooh.
You know what? I need y'all to go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat, honey. I cannot believe that I'm revisiting this story, and I have an update to a 2023 story where a pastor shot his wife not once but twice in front of their children. Thankfully, she survived. Well, now it's 2026 and they just got remarried. Grab your tea, have a seat. Let's talk about it. Now, is this a story of if she likes it, I love it? What do you think this is? Let's talk. So back in June of 2023, Macomb, Mississippi police officers received a call from a Hampton Inn saying that 2 people are reportedly shot in a room. Now, when they arrived at that room, they found Pastor Danny Purnell Jr. and his wife, Gabrielle, suffering from weapon wounds. There was also several children in the room who had witnessed what happened. Now, according to the arrest affidavit, Danny Purnell Jr. Turned a weapon on his wife and shot her in the arm and in the abdomen. She was in critical condition at the time. Now, Danny also shot himself. I never learned where he shot himself at. So they were both transported to the University of Mississippi Medical Center, where his wife was in critical condition. She was actually on life support at some point. And Danny actually received treatment, and then he was promptly arrested. So their children that were present during this horrific incident were placed in the custody of Child Protective Services. And Danny faced 1 count of aggravated domestic violence, disturbing a business, and disorderly conduct. They never explained why they didn't charge him with attempted murder. But it's important to note that Danny was a deputy with the Rapids Parish Sheriff's Office starting in June of 2022 until his resignation in December of 2022. Now, Danny got out of the clink, and I guess they got back together. Again, the incident where he shot her was in June of 2023. In February of 2024, he was again charged with domestic battery against his wife. On February 21st of 2024, officers of the goddamn law responded to their home where they made contact with his wife, and she had minor injury. Danny Purnell was located later that day at another location where he was arrested on 1 count of domestic abuse battery and charged with an active warrant for his revoked bond out of Mississippi. Never showed up to court for where he shot her. Now, I covered this case back then, and I actually donated to his wife's GoFundMe at that time. And I am shocked to learn that these two are back together and getting remarried. This is a post that Gabrielle made on July 7th, saying that she's beyond happy and grateful to continue her journey as Miss to her Mr. She said, "We've been through a lot together, and every challenge has made us stronger. Through it all, God has continued to cover us, guide us, and bless our marriage." And not only that, the pastor is back pastoring again at Latter Rain Pentecostal Church in Alexandria. I guess the church don't care about DV either. Bright Morning Star got rid of that ass. I don't know, y'all. I covered this story back in 2023. Someone let me know the latest, and I was just like, what is this? I'm just going to keep it a stack with you, though. If she likes it, then I love it. Wish him all the best. But before he even shot her, she was calling the cops. She had a protective order against him. And then he does that, and then they get back together. She has to call police again, and now they're remarried. Child, you can't make it up. I want to know what y'all think. Please, put it in the comments. This is Double D Mo for the Black Accurate News. You know what?
Okay. Let's take a look at the whiteboard, shall we? Hold up. Back it up. All right. So this is what I got for y'all from this, okay? Let me move that over there. All right. This is what I got for y'all on my board. So desperation for love equals desperate for male validation, because you equate love to male validation. So desperate for love means desperate for male validation. And that equals offering yourself for slaughter, meaning that a man will present himself as somebody that you are not safe with, and you will still offer yourself to him with the possibility of him killing you, because once he has done these things, there is obviously a possibility that he will kill you if he's already attempted to. Okay? So at this point, when you decide to be with him, you're offering yourself up for slaughter, right? And that means you are making a self-sacrifice. And how this works in, this day and age of clout, social media, and church equals over here. See, God God, right? You see it right here? God equals grift. When they start mentioning God after doing things that have been extremely fucked up, meaning that how could you even act like you care about what God said you should care about if you've done something so crazy to a person you claim to love, like shooting them and attempting to kill them? And it sounds like the only reason he really got away with it to the extent that he did was because she probably didn't press the charges and because he knew the people in the police because, you know, small towns. So yeah, God equals grift because now y'all want to come back to us as preachers and sell us something. And the grift equals pay me for my pain. That's something that's been happening a lot on the internet these days where people are willing to exploit the toxic things that they're going through for profit. And that equals abuse equals money. That's what we've come to. Okay, at the end of this lesson, child, what we now understand is that Christianity and social media, because Christianity plays a part in why this is even able to be a thing, right? And that, you know, y'all act like these things don't have, you know, everything's connected and all of that. But this is, to me, when y'all are trying to convince women to live lives like this, right? When you see stories like this that promote this type of shit, to me, this is another level of not just conservative propaganda, but anti-woman, anti-femme, anti-female, we hate the feminine type shit. Because you want the feminine to always be acting like a calf up for slaughter. Okay, any of my girls out there that read The Great Cosmic Mother, y'all know how women are basically synonymous for the calf. Not the golden calf that they put in that Bible to make y'all view it as worshiping idolatry and all of that. No, the golden calf was, well, the calf was a representation of a female god. And it was because the calf gives so much. The calf, the cow, right, as an animal gives meat, it gives milk. It, you know what I'm saying? It gives of its body for the nourishment, not only of its babies as a cow, but also for humans. Okay? Overproduction of animals is connected to the overproduction of women's bodies and viewing women as baby making machines. All of that shit is connected. If you ever read The Great Cosmic Mother, it speaks about that specifically, about how the way we overproduce meat and the way we overproduce the food and we treat the animals, that is literally a direct connection to the way we want to milk and use women as baby making machines, and connected to the way humans are only supposed to be seen for their productivity and how they can make a billionaire money. How you can turn yourself into a machine, how you can dehumanize yourself and for profit. How do you dehumanize yourself for profit? And that's what this is. At the end of the day, the greater goal is for you to sign on to dehumanize yourself for profit. It's all connected, girl. Okay? That might be a little too deep for some. But if you're looking for some literature that touches on that, and one of the reasons why the golden calf story is so prevalent, it's because of the mass production aspect. It's all about mass production to the point of rape. Okay? And when I say that, I mean overproducing in access, it creates deserts. They take and take and take and take until there's nothing left. And it shouldn't be that way. The earth, animals, everything can provide, and you're supposed to give back. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be like a symbiotic thing between us and the earth that we live on, in nature, in animals. It's supposed to be a symbiotic thing, right? That's what we're naturally supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be up here being, what they call it, leeches or parasites on the earth. Humans tend to be parasites on the earth because they don't see how they need to be living in a symbiotic relationship with everything that's around them. The shit be way deeper, but when I talk about the way women are expected to be offering themselves up for slaughter, that shit is in direct connection to how we treat the earth, how we treat each other, how we feel about ourselves. Like that should be connected, girl. And it's really sad because it shows up in all of these different ways. But what is it ultimately? Exploitation for money, abuse for money. That's what we see all over the place. And this was a representation of that. And I think Rod Wave and his old lady are, a situation that's like that. Girl, it's really sad. It's sad. Is what it is, girl. It's sad. And then lastly, y'all, let's go back. This may not be the ultimate last thing because I saw something that I had saved that I wanted to play for y'all. So we might go back to that. Real quick. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Anna Marie Wiley speaks out after court dismisses domestic battery case against ex-NFL player Marcellus Wiley. Does not change the fact that he threatened to kill me. And you see how our system doesn't take the shit seriously? You see how our system doesn't take the shit seriously? How is this any different from the last story and the story before that, where we're trying to clean up that men are being abusive to the women that they're in relationships with in very large numbers? The femicide rates are high. But anytime we acknowledge it or try to have some type of correction or some justice or some healing in the situation, we have to deal with y'all viewing this as trying to keep a black man down or bullshit. Okay? So she said, while I'm working every day to support 3 children with no support from their father, the man who has been abusing me for 14 years is spending his time ranting on social media, lying, intimidating, and slandering me. He told me many times that if I left him, this is exactly what he would do, and that he would make sure no one would believe me. And now you are all getting to witness his true character behind closed doors and in real time. I mean, I can see that the nigga is crazy in his eyes, but that's just me being all special and shit. He's more worried about protecting his already ruined reputation than providing for his children, shielding them from the damage he's already caused, and moving forward and uncoupling amicably. That's because it's never been about family and loving you and actually caring about those kids. Y'all think that deep down these people care about y'all. Y'all think that, it's just all of this shit that they've went through, but deep down they really care. No, they don't. No, they don't. Deep down, they don't care. I'm sorry. Y'all got to stop thinking that. She said we had already been just co-parenting and cohabitating for a long time, but the incident in Florida where he threatened to kill me. FYI, the Florida case was only dismissed because the Florida DA, David Austin, did not notify me of the hearing and is conveniently now avoiding my calls. Seems like they like to protect football players down there. Yes, they do. In Florida, any fuck shit goes. It does not change the fact that he threatened to kill me, or that I am finally escaping 14 years of abuse, or that I have a domestic violence restraining order against him, or that I am now a single mother solely supporting her 3 children. I have already filed multiple violations to the domestic violence restraining order, but our criminal justice system is broken. Victims of domestic violence are not protected. This is why women stay silent. This is why women are terrified to speak up and to leave. And this is why women die in the process of leaving abusive men. I feel very bad for her. I feel bad for, women, period, that end up in these situations. Because y'all act like it's the women's fault and they should have known better and all of that. And sometimes that's true. But a lot of the times the grooming that y'all do to young girls and women in order to prime them for abuse, you can't sit up there and act like women end up in these situations all on their lonesome. They don't. There's community support for you to stay with an abusive man that has money. Hello. Ride Wave, old lady, better y'all better pray for that girl, because y'all not gonna convince me that he ain't do what we think he did. It really just feels like a world of half-sleep women that are being enslaved by the concept of being loved by men that don't really love them, but view them as what they need to survive. Right?
I think that.
So before I go, y'all, and this is just, because we ran a couple of the clips from this Shannon Sharp interview. But this is what I be talking about. Like, if you want to have this, I'm going to submit to a man and I'm going to do all of this like unrealistic shit. I'm going to, feel like men and women are so different. Women aren't supposed to be doing this. Men are supposed to, like, you do an interview and then act like it's all just your opinion. It's all just how you feel about it. But that doesn't really fly with me, because I feel like when people do interviews that promote dumb shit, you want other people to do the dumb shit that you promoting. You don't just want to be, playing yourself out and being a fucking pick me for your benefit. You want other women to be a pick me as well.
Women that think like men, it's bad, because there has to be an understanding that we are not equal.
Yeah.
Men can do it, but we can't. Men can sleep with all the women they want to. And if I sleep with a bunch of men, I'm a hoe. Why do you want to?
Right.
Why do you care? Why do you care? And that's why when I go back to saying that these bitches be gay. Hate me all you want to, motherfucker. Okay? Because as girl, pussy watching is a very interesting thing, right? I feel like your DL, if you are hyper focused on people of the same sex, okay? DL. Because why are you so worried about what other women are doing? I will not. That's why I'm saying it has to be conservative propaganda. It's not just how you feel, because you want other women to understand that men and women are not equal. So that means men can be whores, but women can't be whores. Hold up. Okay? Whore. Okay? So this is the thing. If y'all want women to understand that they can't do what men do because we're not the same and all of that bullshit, right? Because to me, I feel like you've just found ways to rationalize the bullshit that you've been taught by misogynistic, sexist people, right? Whether it's your mama or these niggas, they've taught you this lie and you're repeating it because you find that it benefits you. It pedestalizes you as a woman to feel this way, that men are the only ones that can be whores. And my question is, who are the men supposed to be whores with? That's why I don't understand why y'all don't like, men that fuck other men. Because you at the same time, right? At the same time as you're promoting this double standard that, men do it, but women can't do it. Who are the men supposed to be doing it with? Because if they're not, she's a comedian, y'all. We know who she is. Did they not know who she was? Did they not who she was? I thought we knew. We all know who Takara is, girl. We've talked about her before. Her being a comedian is, I hope you're not saying like we shouldn't trust what she's saying because she's a comedian. Because turning conservative propaganda into rage bait for the sake of comedy that's not funny, girl, I don't know what we doing. To me, I feel like you want the men to fuck other men. And to me, that might be because you're a woman that wants to fuck other women. Okay? No, seriously. Think about it. If you are promoting the message that men can fuck whoever they want to fuck, but women should not, that means the men are fucking who? That means the men are fucking other men. This feels like a projection of you wanting to fuck other women. Okay. Okay. No, they didn't know who she was. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought we knew. My bad. We talked about her yesterday, so y'all know I be feeling like, I'm glad you wasn't saying, because I was like, girl, don't act like this shit funny. This shit sad. Kev on stage introduced me to her.
Right.
Like it's such a deeper.
No, she does have moments when she's funny, but whenever she starts talking just regularly, I tap out.
Conversation. My argument can't be Shannon had 100 partners, I had 82,
Right.
and y'all calling me a hoe, but Shannon had 100. Why is it okay for him and not for me? Why do you even want to be there?
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Why do you want? Y'all know. Listen, my bad, y'all. I should have said she a comedian. Me and her have gone back and forth before, so I just be talking like y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm sorry. She was definitely in a lesbian relationship for years. That makes so much sense. Do you know what happens a lot of times? See, y'all think that when people are in relationships with women, that means that they've admitted something to themselves. But no, it's like an everyday struggle, and they'll allow themselves to enjoy it at some point, but the guilt and the shame will come back, and so they just decide to wipe they lesbian whole history and go get with a man and work it out with a man. Right? Like, I believe she had an ex-husband and now they back together, and everybody, is so happy that they back together and all of that. But the thing that aggravates me is because this is a conservative talking point that I hear a lot of white men use in, on debate talk about body count and all of that. This is a body count conversation. And I keep telling y'all that body count doesn't matter. And for a grown-ass woman, why do y'all assume that women are trying to fuck the same amount of people that men are out here fucking? To me, that's a lie that the conservatives tell. That is a lie that men tell. Women are not out here fucking all of these niggas like that. They might fuck some niggas, but the women are not out here at large attempting to have sex with the same amount of people that men are attempting to have sex with. It's not even safe for us to do that. So this is another one of those, this is a non-issue that y'all keep bringing up. Why are you bringing up an issue that's not even real? Which is this issue that women are just fucking all of these people trying to be like men. That's a conservative talking point that I continuously see, and it doesn't make any sense because most of the women that I know, even if they are trying to enjoy their sexuality, if they have any sense, they do not feel safe fucking a whole bunch of different people. And the women that are out here fucking a whole bunch of different people, a lot of the times, those are people who have been abused. And you're up here talking about those abuse victims trying to work through whatever abuse that they went through. You're talking about them like they should be dehumanized and they should be, branded scarlet letter and all of that shit. These things have historical context to them. And because a lot of people don't know history, when they repeat talking points that have been used historically for hundreds of years in order to subjugate black people and women, and black women specifically, I start getting aggravated. And that's why a lot of us, that can't stand the anti-intellectualism, that's why we get so mad when we come up here, because it's regular black people like this lady that will promote, that will perpetuate, that will use a platform of millions of followers in order to perpetuate a stereotype that's not even fucking real. It is a stereotype that women are oversexed and just out here fucking everybody. And another thing is, why isn't it okay for women to, when y'all say women can't do what men do, what do you mean? When you say a woman can't have sex with the people she want to have sex with, why can't she? Why can't she?
We're not the same. And if men have us up on this pedestal, what's wrong with being on a pedestal?
Right.
What's wrong with being on a pedestal? A part of being, and most celebrities understand this, a part of being on a pedestal is being dehumanized. And so when you act outside of a pedestal that they put you on, they then abuse you or mistreat you when you're acting outside of this pedestalization. And that's where a lot of you women fuck up, because y'all really want to be pedestalized in this weird ass way. Somebody pedestalizing you does not put you in a good space, ma'am. It means that you are constantly having to fit the role of being on that pedestal. So if being on a pedestal for a woman means you can't fight, no farting, okay? Yeah, I don't say fight, farting, y'all. That sounds crazy to me. I say fight, okay? No farting, no fighting, okay? No making bowel movements in front of people, right? No having the sex that you want to have. Let me guess. Don't dress a certain way, right? No dressing a certain way. I'm gonna just say no dressing like a hoe, because I'm sure that's a part of it. Y'all always want to, judge somebody for dressing like a hoe. That's y'all favorite thing to do. So being on a pedestal means that you have a lot of rules. That's what that sounds like. That's restrictive. I don't want to be on a pedestal if it means that I have to be all of this. I have to be restricted in all of these ways. It is unrealistic. And it sounds like something that you do when you're desperate to be in a relationship with a man, or you're desperate to be validated by men. This conversation sounds like wanting to be validated by men. And I also don't like the fact that y'all are always so willing to let men get off on their hypersexuality. Why is it that the very thing that puts women in harm's way, which is men fucking everybody, do you only see issue with women when they do it? Why? Men and women will be out here having reckless sex. And for some reason, the only people that you choose to criticize about this is women, because of some bullshit morality about being on a pedestal. But what about the STDs, bitch? What about the STIs that men carry in their penises? Why is it okay for a man to be a whore if him being a whore can end in a woman getting a STD, a STI, or an incurable disease? Why is that okay? Y'all have low standards for men so that you could pedestalize women. That shit is stupid. And I feel like you think being on a pedestal and restricting yourself this much is a badge of honor, which shows how a lot of you women think about yourselves. Like the more you're willing to restrict yourself, the more you're willing to self-sacrifice, the more you're willing to sacrifice yourself for slaughter, the holier and the better you are, right? Because y'all really don't want to be on pedestals to these niggas. Y'all want to be on pedestals to everybody else because you feel so low that you have to be put on a pedestal in order to feel good about yourself. That's what that tells me.
That means I'm up here.
Right.
And you know you down here. So why do I have a problem with the fact that you think and believe I should be up here?
So you want to be with a man that's exactly how I wrote it, right? Because I'm like, y'all want the women on a pedestal. So hold up. Let me make it legible, bitch. Okay. Women up here, men down here. Okay. You can fuck who you want. Okay. You can fuck as many as you want. Fuck who you want. However many. You can fight, right? You can fart and pass gas. You can have a bowel movement. Okay, men are allowed to do a lot of things. So to me, I'm like, so to be on a pedestal is to be restricted. That you're a woman, you're restricted. If you're a man, you're down here on the bottom, right, with low self-worth, but you get to do anything you want to do. Neither of these individuals have self-worth. The man that's on the bottom fucking everybody doesn't have self-worth, and the woman that's on the pedestal restricting herself for the validation of a man that's beneath her. Why would you want the validation of a man that's beneath you?
That's insane to me. So when I hear women fighting this battle of, well, how come he and how come I can't? Why do you even want to?
I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do, Takara. That's why. That's why. Because there shouldn't be this public discourse to shame and guilt women about doing whatever the fuck they want to do. You can have these individual choices that you make, but the way you feel the need to project it out onto everybody else, it feels like I'm trying to control everybody else because I can barely control what's going on in my inner world. I don't understand worrying about what other women are doing with their bodies. I don't get it. I feel like if I'm good in my situation, I'm not worrying about what other women are doing. I just want everybody to be safe. Don't do things that are harmful to yourself and other people. Why do y'all need to control people to this extent? I don't know who put the battery in Sakara's back in order for her to be the mouthpiece for the patriarchy the way she is, but I just feel like the rules that women set for themselves and other women usually end up locking them in a cage. You know, like Akbar V. Women that get online and they always talking about how, a bitch ain't shit and da-da-da-da, but you'll end up in a house with a nigga trying to kill you.
Why do you sit there with the idea of, I should be able to have sex with 100 men if I want to? That would never come out my mouth.
No.
Okay, what is your point? So because you don't want to have sex, and see, this goes back to the DL and you not actually being really attracted to men like that, because it is given, because I don't feel the need to fuck men like that. You shouldn't feel the need to fuck men like that either. When really you may not want to have sex with men like that because you're not really attracted to them.
He has sex with 200 women. I should be able to do the same. I don't even want to. Why you want to? Why?
Sound like you don't really like men. Yo, what be going on? Why?
You really need to sit down and ask yourself, why am I even considering this as an option? Why do you even want it as an option for yourself? So, let me get a little.
That's Coach Shannon.
Yeah, everything she said sounds like you should want to not have sex with these men because they're gross and disgusting. Why do you want to have sex with all of these different men? Yuck. Well, because some people are attracted to men and enjoy sex with them, Takara. So that's why they would want to do that. And it's up to their discretion how much is too much and how much is too little. And your choices are up to you. But when you're like hyper focused on other people's choices, it makes us feel like it's because you're probably coveting the freedom. Why are you coveting the freedom? You're a grown woman. You can do whatever you want to do. Why are you not doing that? Because there's some shame and guilt. There's some shame and guilt somewhere in there. And the way it sounds like you don't really like men, you want the validation of these men, but you say they down there and you above them because you pedestalized above them. I guess that's why you can't fight, because then the fight gonna go straight in their face because you above them. I don't know. I feel like bending yourself into a pretzel for the comfortability of another person doesn't give I'm pedestalized in a good way. It doesn't. It gives somebody yeah, that's what we talked about yesterday, is her talking about how she refuses to pass gas or, have a bowel movement around a man, that she's dating. And I was just like, I don't understand. It also gives hater shit, right? It also gives, I wasn't always as well received by the men that I wanted to be well received by. So now, in order to make myself feel better about how I wasn't the girl that the niggas I wanted, I'm now going to say, well, I didn't have a lot of sex, so that makes me a good girl and I'm better than these other women. And that makes me feel better about the fact that they often may have been chosen over me. Like, there's a lot of shit going on with that. But I wish women, especially black women, I wish y'all would stop getting on the internet and perpetuating harmful stereotypes like women being hoes trying to fuck as many men as the men are trying to fuck women. Like, that's not what's happening. And I don't know why y'all keep acting like that's what's happening. When I talk to the girls that are actually out here fucking, they don't like what's going on with these niggas. They don't like all of these niggas. They don't want all of these niggas by them. They may like 1 or 2, 3, 4 fucked up niggas. But no, like most, and even if they do, if they're wearing protection and they're not, bringing any dangerous people around children they may have, I am truly lost at what the motherfucking problem is. Why can't women have sex with as many people as they want to have sex with, as long as they are protecting themselves sexually and having discernment with the people that they have sex with? Why can't they? Why not? Why not? Girl, unpack. You look uncomfortable. You look like you're holding in a fight right now. Very happy Monday. Thank you for the super chat. When we all identify the origin of the self-abandonment of women, we all will see through the BS. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see through it. So to me, it's like, oh, girl. Like, and y'all really be thinking that y'all didn't hit the nail on the head with purity standards that have been happening for years. Right. Purity culture that's been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years as a way to subjugate and oppress women. You won't see it like that because you don't have, I guess the education in order to draw those things together. But that's what's going on, girl. You promoting that is you just promoting the subjugation and the oppression of women. So thanks for that. Fuck. Like you doing something good by trying to convince other grown women what they should be doing with their coochies and how they need to view themselves as whores if they're, not willing to have a small number of partners so that nobody sees them as trying to be like a man. Like, shut the fuck up. Y'all be saying some of the dumbest shit that really is just tied to ignorance. Ignorance. Miss Tommy, thank you for the super chat, love. Yes, y'all, tipper. And then having these types of conversations with Shannon Sharp. That's the most ridiculous part, right? Is you're sitting across from a man that just lost what? How many million? $9 million? Because he has fucked up issues with his blackness and apparently is attracted to teen white girls. You don't see nothing wrong with a grown man that's attracted to a 19-year-old. You don't see nothing wrong with a black man that doesn't like his blackness so much that he wants to do sex race play with a 19-year-old white girl. Y'all don't see any real issues in any of that, right? It's okay for grown men to fuck on 19-year-olds. It's okay for grown men to take part in race play. Totally disrespecting what we have all been through by trying to make that shit sexy. You have a buck-breaking fantasy with a teen white girl at the helm. And the conversation that y'all want to have with this man is about how women need to stop having sex with people. Girl, you so behind. When they start talking that shit, I'd be like, girl, we're not in the 90s. We're not in the early 2000s. The girls are not out here fucking these niggas like that. Where have you been? Where have you been that women are out here? What you're actually responding to is women arguing for equity. What you're responding to is women saying, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do, just like that bum ass nigga can do whatever the fuck he want to do. And your response to that is, oh my God, why would you want to do what you want to do? Because I'm not happy to be a slave, bitch. Because I'm not happy to be chained and oppressed. Because I prefer freedom and liberation. Because I think I'm an autonomous human being that can make my own decisions about my body and who I want to be with and who I don't want to be with. That's why, bitch. Try it. Try having some autonomy in your own decisions. Try loving yourself enough to accept who you are. Not to mention he didn't want to pay for his own daughter's wedding. I just don't like when the people who are on the receiving end of the oppression, I don't like when they perpetuate it. I don't like when black people perpetuate racism and colorism and all of that bullshit. And I don't like when women perpetuate sexism and misogyny and rape culture and purity standards. I don't like it because it doesn't do any woman it doesn't do you any favor. It doesn't do you any favor because if I talk to a woman like Sakara about what her life has been like, I can find the hole all up and through there. So let your lesson be your lesson. Why does it have to be something that you use against other women? Because you need to feel better about yourself. Yeah, I need y'all to do better. Because everybody wants to down somebody else or another group of people so that they can feel better about themselves. Y'all do something better. Try something else. Try something else, girl. Hey, Keystar, thank you for the super chat. So selfish with his own black daughter. I really didn't like that. Because these niggas don't care about their kids. They don't care about anybody but themselves. But the way they be willing to give it up when it come to all of these backdoor proclivities and all of that, talking all of that shit up front, but behind the scenes, doing all of the shit they say they not doing. That's what, girl, the hypocrisy of it all. That's why he be the main one up there trying to tell. Remember when he had that sit down with Angela Simmons and was trying to have a conversation with her about how Young Miami had crazy expectations to want to be with another $1 million nigga? And it's like, dude, as the man that had to shell over $9 million to a 20-year-old, you really need to shut the fuck up, because you are the type of nigga that would get got. So what are you talking about? You're the exact type of nigga that Young Miami would be able to get with. An old nigga that want to do some freaky, nasty shit with somebody for a high price. You are the nigga that she's talking about. So why is it that he felt that Young Miami couldn't do it or shouldn't want that for herself, but was ready and willing to give all of that fucking money over to that 20-something? I mean, you wasn't ready and willing, but you had to give it over because you was doing what you was doing. You was doing what you was doing. And you knew what you was doing was some bullshit. And that's the reason why you was trying to hide it. Yeah, people got chains in their fucking heads. It's crazy to me, the hypocrisy to sit across from a man that can do whatever the fuck he want to do, but we need to make sure the women know you can't do what you want to do. Girl, please. Please, I'm over it. I'm over women thinking that being a good woman to somebody, right, not doing what you want to do, not living a life you want to live, is going to make life better for you. Y'all hoes need to go watch The Handmaid's Tale so you can find out that cozying up to these niggas ain't gonna never do you no motherfucking favors for real. In the long run, it will not. Because to me, you're the same type of person that big these niggas up, and then in your real life and your career, them niggas barely show up and barely really support women. But you on the internet somewhere making sure that you're a card carrying member of the, she-man woman haters club. Because any woman that's on the internet talking that shit, like, I'm sorry, you hate women. You hate women because you should know how harmful that is to perpetuate purity culture, especially amongst grown-ass people. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm entitled to my opinion, just like she's entitled to hers. I just find her opinion harmful. Keystar, thank you for the super chat again, girl. Yes to freedom and liberation. I agree by yes. At the end of the day, freedom and fucking liberation. I don't know what I know a lot of people like to be hemmed up. I do not. I don't like to be caged. And if you like to be caged, can you please just be caged all on your lonesome? Why do you always have to bring other women into your cage? Don't bring us into your cage, ma'am. Be in your cage on your own. What another woman is doing shouldn't have no bearings on you. But what it really is a lot of y'all feel like if women stop being hoes, then your nigga gonna stop cheating on you. No, that's not gonna happen. And it's unrealistic for you to think that if a woman stops being a hoe, then that's gonna mean your man gonna have less opportunity to cheat on you. And I really feel like that's what a lot of women be thinking when they say that shit. You want women to stop being hoes so your nigga could stop wanting to fuck them. And the funny part about it is you create hoes by assaulting and abusing young girls. That's how you really create hoes. And y'all don't have no problem with men assaulting and molesting and harming young black girls because y'all call them fast and tell them that it's their fault that grown-ass men are attracted to them. That's how you create hoes. So if you're not in the business of stopping the making of the hoes, I don't want to hear about how grown women need to stop being hoes. No, fuck all that. Worry about your own pussy. Not only was his actions brought to the light and amplified, it ripped through his family because it happened at the same time his brother was being honored. Sad. Oh, yeah. I feel like y'all know I want y'all to keep y'all coochie from these niggas, but I feel like it's up to your discretion. I have no need whatsoever to control what another person does with their body. I don't know what the fuck wrong with everybody else, but that's all I got for y'all today. Did y'all tip me? Oh, girl, they be up here fighting for the propaganda so bad, girl. And you know another reason before I leave why it's so problematic? Like, we're literally fighting for our fucking life right now in this country. Like, as women fighting to keep our rights, they're literally trying to take away your right to vote. They already took away your right to an abortion and all of that, unless you somebody that has one of these motherfuckers on the phone that you can call. Because I heard about a story like that where maybe a senator or somebody, like, she couldn't get an abortion that she needed in order to not die, so she had to call her governor or her representative in order for him to tell the doctor it was okay to give her an abortion so she would not die. Yeah, y'all will write into laws that will kill y'all. Y'all will help these niggas get laws enacted that will kill you. And only because you close with these fuck ass people, you think it's supposed to save you. And in that one instance, it did. But the fact that y'all feel like it's okay for one person to be able to call somebody and get that type of help when millions of women are going through those issues, that is fucked up. We're living in a terrible world right now when it comes to how we're trying to oppress and subjugate people. Women at the top of the fucking list. And this is what y'all do? Promote it and perpetuate it through purity culture? And act like it's just your preference and it's just it's just how I feel. It's just my opinion. Girl, your opinion is dangerous. It's dangerous. Y'all love keeping them niggas boots on y'all necks and screaming about how y'all so happy for it to be there. Bitch, the rest of us are not. And the funny part that really pisses me off is, like, as a woman that wants liberation, I want you to be able to live in a house with an abusive man if that's what you want to do, bitch. If you want to be locked down and pregnant in a house with a nigga and that's where you're happy fighting and fucking and, all of that, girl, please have a time. I don't care. I don't know why y'all got to leave y'all houses to come and talk to us about what we need to be doing. Bitch, do it at your house. That has been my main issue with people most of my life, is never understanding why, if you don't want the abortion, why you can't just not have the abortion. Why do you need to fight for other people not to have the abortion? If you don't want to be gay, why can't you just not be gay? Why do you have to fight for other people to not be gay? If you don't want to be a hoe, why do you have to argue against other women and what they want to do with they coochie? Why can't you just not be a hoe and be happy with that? I don't understand. I don't understand. And I'm never going to act like, oh, it's just a difference of an opinion. No, it's not. A difference of opinion is we might feel differently about these things, but we still want the freedom to choose. That's a difference in opinion. Y'all be out here perpetuating shit that's gonna get our fucking rights taken away, and our right to choose will be taken from us. That's not a difference of an opinion. It's giving life or death.
I don't give a fuck what you ask.
Man, come on.
And proverbially, this is where I'm at with it. Thank y'all so much for being here. I love y'all. Love yourself. Have a good day. Peace out.